Boxing King Media. Charlie Edwards, all the way from Portugal, former world champ, and back in the mix, as they say. Charlie, how you doing, mate? I thought I'd have a catch up with you about your win, future plans, and your friend, the influencer Numero, who just had this crazy fight with Joey Essex, who I know you're advising. So, wanted to have a catch up with you about that. How you doing?
Yeah, doing really well. Nice to be coming back off a win, getting myself back up in the top 10 in the world, I think. I can only imagine. I'm ranked number 11 now in the box rec rankings and winning the international gold at super flyweight with a WBC. I can only imagine I'll be pushed up into the top 10 and looking for bigger and better fights. So I'm buzzing. Had a great performance against a Mexican fighter, Salvador Juarez, and a very good night at the office and performed very well, and one that I will grow and develop from into the next fight with potential massive names out there in the division on the radar. So yeah, all good my end. My fighter, as you said, Numiro fought Joey Essex the week before, so I missed out on all the Misfits craziness fight week. Obviously, I had fish to fry on my own side of things, but yeah, it's been a great little turnaround. We've officially now lodged an appeal to the Misfits Commission because there's no way on earth that Numiro should have got beat off Joey Essex. It was a real piss poor decision in my eyes and many other people's eyes. The controversy flew around online, and was going crazy. And even Mams Taylor, the Misfits promoter, said that it should have been a draw, and that was being kind. Nissa and Kalasalan said the same, should have been a draw. They're over the moon with Numero. Some of the press articles were putting it out fight of the year, which is a crazy thing to go out there. But it was like a real Gatti versus Ward sort of fight, only 4 rounds. But they
I'm,
went to war, and for me, I thought Numero should have won
I'm,
3 of the
Ollie,
rounds.
I'm gonna speak to you about that fight at the end. I just want to quickly cover
All right.
your.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought he was gonna start talking about the fight. Listen, we're gonna come back to that one. We're gonna save that till the end. But I want to quickly speak about yourself. So you got
yeah.
a really good win on back on track. You went down to super flyweight as well, as people can probably tell you're looking really slimmer in the face. So it's visible that you're obviously dieting and not eating as much as you probably normally like. So what food are you missing out on the most now? Because you've been flying around like bantamweight for the last year or so. So what are you missing out on food wise?
Do you know what? Do you know what? It's not about missing out. Do you know what? It's more about enjoying not eating so much. Like, because to eat a lot of good food, like 2,600 calories a day as a bantamweight, but obviously it'd be easier if I was eating shit food, but I'm not that type of fighter. I've always ate clean and kept my body well. But eating that amount of good food day in, day out, and like focusing my whole days on fucking cooking and making sure everything's prepared so I can't miss the time slots, it was frying my head out towards the end. So it's actually been more enjoyable for me to not restrict my food, but like eat a lot less. I was used to doing flyweight. Like, let's be real, I used to be an absolute freak at flyweight. So I kind of learned to develop to be able to train and make weight. We're not eating that many calories, but now at super flyweight, I can eat a very good diet and not stress about it, and still have like in my nutritional plan, I still get like my little cheat meal on a Saturday where I can go for a Five Guys. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not like malnourished, but I'm at a weight where I can be dominant and I can be big and strong in the ring. And we all know, like my fight before the last one, I was up at bantamweight, but the my opponent looked at 2 weights above me, and it kind of was like, right, let's hurt ourselves a little bit more with the percentages, but I'm going to be bigger and stronger. And at world level, that's the kind of shit that matters.
100%. Like, so the most important thing is you're back on winning ways. And I was looking through the super flyweight rankings, and the obvious name at the top is Bam Bam. So I don't know how far you're away from like maybe a world title shot, maybe another fight or two. But what's the plan for Wassam, and what route are they taking you down?
Well, it's obviously the WBC route. I'll be in the top 10. I can only imagine now, winning the gold international title. Um, so. the next day they want me back out again, and they want me headlining in November. I think end of November, beginning of December, which is good because they're keeping me active. But obviously, all roads leads to the champion and the man of the division. And let's be honest, this Bam Rodriguez, like I can sit here, I've got so much respect for that guy. I've seen him box my brother, and the and what he's done over these last few years. You know, like people will sit here, laugh at me, call me deluded, but I feel like you've got to be deluded in this game to be successful and chase the highest of heights. And I'm a real proper fighter, and I fight fucking anybody, and I want to test myself against the man, and he is the man. So it makes sense that we're going down that route, and the rest will be up to God's plan. Do you know what I mean? God willing, that one step at a time, we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to look too far ahead because, as we well know in this boxing game, things can change. Bam could move up. Do you know what I mean? Martinez could beat Bam in a few weeks, like in the 22nd of November, but who knows? Like the world is such a fast moving thing. I don't know what's kind of its exact goal, but they're looking to keep me busy, and it could work out well. You know, end of November, beginning of December. I have 2 weeks off now. Get straight back to it. An active fighter is a dangerous fighter, and I'm only getting better and better now. I'm actually getting fight after fight after fight. So yeah, we've got history as well with my brother obviously fighting him, and it's yeah. That is kind of the end goal. So we'll see where the path leads next.
And well, we'll look forward to seeing where your journey takes you. And just before I speak about your friend at Numero and the crazy fight with Joey Essex, can I quickly get a prediction from you for the big fight in Vegas this week?
Um, it's I want Crawford. Like if it's hard because I want Crawford to win. I like how he is. I like his style. I like the way he moves. I like the way he can switch it up inside and how he creates angles and stuff. And very clever. And what he's achieved is crazy. And he seems to me like the fresher fighter. Although it's crazy to say that because they are very similar age. It just feels like Canelo's been through a lot more harder fights against bigger, harder opposition, and has been professional since the age of what, 15, 16. So it's a very lot of miles on the clock. And I just feel like sometimes it's your moment and you can't get past that moment. And I feel like it's Crawford's moment. However, you've still also got a question with the Canelo side of things. Yeah, he has fought a better resume. He has fought bigger and stronger men. He is he over the hill? No, he's definitely not over the hill. So it's like it's a very hard one to pick, but I think that's why it's a real kind of pick 'em fight where everyone's got an opinion because I think a lot of people are stuck and don't know how it's going to go. And it's all good saying that Crawford's the bigger. He look at him now; he's in tremendous shape. Look how much weight he's put on, how the size he is. But the question is that going to transform over into performance? Because just because you're muscular and you look strong and you're big, it don't always transform into performance at the elite level when you haven't been there before. So it's a lot of questions to ask. But I want to go with Crawford just because I kind of want him to do it.
But you've had the experience of putting on going up two weight categories. Obviously, the jump he's doing is a lot bigger.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what do you feel in the ring as a fighter? Do you get tired quicker? Because I was speaking to Domingo about this. He was saying that when you put all that size on, you end up just draining more energy and your stamina goes a lot quicker. Even though you might look fit, but you're not going to be fit because you're not fighting at your natural weight.
Yeah, I didn't really feel that it affected my fitness or my engine or anything like that. However, coming back down to super flyweight, my speed is so much quicker. And I've always been a fighter who was very like with speed and hand speed, and it was always a big asset to me. So obviously, because you're not firing, you're firing punches. When you've got more weight on it, it's gonna automatically slow you down a little bit more, and it's I don't think you punch as hard if that makes sense. Because when you're leaner muscle and your body weight is firing a lot less weight, it obviously for me you react and you explode quicker because there's less weight on your hands and your arms. So it can work in different ways, I suppose. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see on the night how it has affected Crawford, because there's one thing doing it in sparring, and then there's one thing doing it under the lights. So it'll be very interesting.
Drop the final prediction. What happens on Sunday, Saturday, should I say?
I'm gonna go with a Crawford win on points.
Okay. And then going over to your mate Numero, we saw him Portuguese influencer. He's got a really big social platform on YouTube, Instagram, the job lot. He rocked up, and a lot of British fans may have not known who he was, but he definitely won't be forgotten now because that fight was crazy. Even Dominic Ingle was sat there watching it ringside, and he's like a hardcore boxing fan. Carl Froch was there, Tony Bellew, all these guys sat, giving them both a round of applause. It looked like your guy was out. I think he ran one or two. It was when he took a standing count, but he came back like that was crazy. So kind of,
Yeah.
and I know you've got a appeal lodge with regards to the decision. So what I want to ask you is jumping straight into it, Charlie, is how did you score the fight? Like, give the rounds that you think your guy got done in.
So starting from the beginning, I would Joey did land one good punch in the first round, one out of the whole round. But for me, Namiro dominated the round. But being a home show decision, being Joey Essex in thing, they've given them a scorecard to Joey the first round for one clean shot. When for me that is not what showed the 3 minutes of work. So it's ridiculous. So they went to Joey that round. I give the first two rounds to Namiro. Namiro dominated the second round. And then in the third round, Joey got a standing count on Namiro. So obviously that goes straight to Joey. And then in the fourth round, Namiro come back and give him a standing count and literally punched him from pillar to was looking down. His head was below the head, below the waist height. He was gasping for his air. Give him a count, and then he was piling on the pressure, catching him, just following him around the ring, hitting him a will like from pillar to post. Which it really, in a professional boxing ring, it would have been stopped straight away because you can't do that. And the ref's jumping in, splitting him apart, letting him rest for like 10, 15 seconds, and then not even counting another count or jumping in and stopping it, like we see in the Sort Pappy fight after. He jumped straight in and started counting him out, and then waved him off because of it. Where in this fight, he allowed him to
Same ref.
break for like
Was it the
10,
same ref?
15 seconds.
Was it
The
the
ref,
was it the same referee?
I'm not sure if it was the same ref, so that could have been the ref was just a bad ref, or it just seemed like it was like a complete stitch up. To be fair, so it was. I was instructed by Namiro. The more we watched it, the more that comments flied around online, the more controversy that went on. Like I said, Mams Taylor, Nissa Kellasalan, they was all screaming it was a draw. But obviously they want that because it's the best business move and makes sense for the promotion. But for me, I'm like, no way did Namiro lose? No way. It's a joke. And all right, I would be okay with a draw because obviously let's do the rematch and let's get it on. But yeah, the appeal's been lodged and it's been put in, and now we've got to wait. We had 7 days to do it, and it's been done now, and it's with the lawyers and etc. and etc. And yeah, so now we're just kind of like we're sitting around waiting to see what on. But come on, it was like a Gatty Award sort of fight, so it was a very entertaining fight. I think the whole social blew up about it. So we'll see what comes back of it, if anything comes back of it, if they change the decision. But I think an immediate rematch would be the only way to solve it, to be honest with you.
Just out of curiosity, because people might be interested to know, with regards to misfits, when you're doing the appeal, what is the procedure? So is it like, do you get lawyers involved? Do you write a letter? Do you get video footage and send it all to someone? Like, how does it work? What do you do?
So you have to write an official letter. You can get lawyers obviously to get involved and word it out in the correct manner. And then we go online. We've got all the information, all the evidence of what everyone's saying, and also the video evidence that they put out publicly saying it should have been a draw. It should have been like so. There's all this evidence accumulated up, and then we have to construct an email and put it in there, and then we send it to the Misfits Commission and lawyers, and then from there, then we've got to wait for them to come back, and we've got to go back and forward and discuss things.
Okay, and when will you hear back?
The process. I'm not 100% sure. I think it will be in a week or two.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best with that. It should be interesting because I'm sure most fans would love to see that fight again. Yeah, that's it really. Unless you got anything else to add.
Lovely. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone, as always. You know, stuck with me through the highs and the lows, and we're back on the trajectory now. And I'm 32, but I've had a very lot of years of inactivity, so I feel very fresh, and I'm looking forward to the next steps on the journey.
Charlie Edwards, thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for your time.
Nice one.
Respect isn't given, it's earned.